Hello, 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 and welcome to Real News Talk Show. I am your Real News host coming to you today with the topic about Kanye West, you guys. Kanye West. Kanye West was in Houston visiting Pastor Joel Osteen Church, and it was really quite something, you guys. It was really quite interesting. It was rewarding. It was rewarding for the Houstonians the people that have followed Kanye, the people that really like Kanye, the people that supports him and his wife, Kim Kardashian. Excuse me, my powder is a little light, you guys. The people that actually are happy that he found God, because he even said on the stage at Joel Osteen Lakewood Church here in Houston, he said to the audience that he was arrogant. Everybody knew that Kanye was very, very arrogant. Remember that time when he said something to Taylor Swift about it should have been Beyonce instead of her? I mean, there were a lot of things that he would do which was out of context. Now, one thing I can admire about him, he wasn't ashamed to tell people about the fact that he had a nervous breakdown. Because many people have nervous breakdowns, but do you think they're going to tell anybody? No, they're not going to tell anybody about it. They're just going to go through it. Many come out of it and some don't. So he found God through going through. It took him to go through that to find the Lord, you guys. That's what I really, really admire about Kanye West. I really do, because he actually came out and told us that that was the reason and how he found the Lord Jesus Christ. Many people, I've heard people say, "Oh, girl, Kanye, he's just crazy. He don't know what he's doing. He's just crazy. He's just crazy. He's just out there getting money and this and that and that and the other." And you know what I said? I said, Kanye, go get your money. You know why? Everybody else is getting their money. They're not even giving the word of God out. Anytime you jump around from country to country, state to state, preaching the gospel and singing the words that can reach many people through song, that is a lot of work. You got to pay your entourage to come, his choir to come. You see how many people that man had in the choir? I mean, that's not free. Those people got to be paid. So if he is making money, the preachers are making their money. And half of them, I knew a girl, her house burned down, and the church in California had the money and wouldn't even help her get a house. So at least he's out there touching people, and it was very touching when he went to that prison. He could have just came here to go to the church if he was just about the money and just goes get his rest in his hotel and then just go straight to the church. He didn't do that. He stopped off at the jail, Harris County Jail, and he sung his ministry to the prisoners, the women and the men, and gave them joy. To the good and the bad, and gave them joy. You see? Because he didn't make man, God made man. So these people have to pay for their crimes that are in the jail system. But his job was to go and deliver the word the best way he knew how, and that was through song and prayer. Now, Kanye, people are saying he's crazy. But to me, that's not crazy. And if that's crazy, go ahead and be crazy, because he's crazy for the Lord at this time, and he is touching people. I don't know if you saw that video, but many prisoners, many of those people that were in jail, they dropped to their knees and they prayed. The women were shouting. They looked good for the occasion. They had their hair combed, looked like they had makeup on. I mean, that man took joy to that jail system, and I saw it. This is the Real News Talk Show. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, because I'm telling you not what I think, but what I saw and what I know and what you can see if you Google it up. He actually took his time, and like I said on another video, I have relatives in there. I'm not ashamed to say that. Everybody have a bad apple in the bunch, you know? And I wonder if they met him. They could have. He could have brought them joy, even though they're on their way home. But still, there are many people in there for tickets, this, that, and the other small things. But still, even if they could be in jail for a small thing, he could have touched them on their way out. You see what I'm saying? So either way you look at it, it was good. It's all good. And I thank him and Kim for advocating for those people that are in the jail system for crimes they did not commit. Because I actually talked to a jailer who told me she actually knew someone that was in there in the system, and they showed her and proved it that it wasn't them that did the crime, but it was nothing she could do because it was too far into the system. He was already gone. You see what I'm saying? Some people get caught up and people just throw them by the wayside and don't stand up for them. Somehow she didn't stand up for him. It was a young guy. He was like 21. And she said he showed her on the text message. Somehow he paid her some money to go and get the phone and see the text messages where the other person did the crime and he didn't. And she actually saw that. And she was a jailer. And she was doing something she shouldn't have been doing, but she wanted to prove him, to really see if this young man really committed this crime or not, because she said he seemed like such a nice person. So he got locked up in the system, probably still in the system, and the key is probably thrown away. So I thank Kim Kardashian for advocating for those people that are actually in the prison system for something they did not do. Matter of fact, I had a brother that was in there for something he did not do. But he had done things in the past. And like I told him, even though you didn't do that crime, but you did something before that you probably didn't get caught for. So many times people go to jail and something happens down the line and they get caught up for something else. It wasn't that particular crime, but it's something that they did, or they was with the wrong company or something or the other. So with that being said, I just want to thank Kanye West for going out to that prison system and bringing it to Houston, Texas, the big H. And I'm quite sure him and Kim enjoyed Houston, because Houston is so far cleaner than Los Angeles, and also it's more welcome. People probably welcomed him here, and it's more homely, and people show more love. People are more real, which is what he's trying to be. Like he said, all the money in the world, all the fame, people was wrapped up in the devil, into the fame and the money. But when you actually find God, with all the money you have, you can't be happy unless you find him. And he found him, like he said, when he had his nervous breakdown and he was in the hospital, and all of his visions and everything came to him. And he actually is pursuing it, and it is working very well, because see, when God does something, can no man stop you. They can call you crazy if they want to, but who are they to judge? They didn't create the people that are calling this man crazy. Maybe God had to strike him through a nervous breakdown so that he can bring joy to those other people, to prevent many from having breakdowns. You see what I'm saying? He uses people in mysterious ways, ways that nobody can even, in their wildest dreams, think about. It's something that just all of a sudden would happen, because who would have thought that Kanye West would have been a minister? You know what I'm saying? He was that bad rapper. He even said on the stage to Joel Osteen that I was arrogant, I was this, I was that. He admitted all this stuff. Because when you go through something like that, either Kanye could have flipped all the way over and really been crazy. If he didn't find God, the devil would have had him and he would have been crazy. Because God saved him for him and his family. And I want to applaud Kim Kardashian. I hope they see this video, because I do want to applaud Kim Kardashian for standing by him through those times. Like many people say, oh, their show is phony, their show is this, their show is that, those Kardashians, this, that, and the other. Look, a show is a show, and that's what it's called, showmanship. So whatever it takes to keep keeping up with the Kardashians going, that's what the Kardashians should do, supposed to do, because it is their job. However, that does not take away the good that's in their hearts, and Kim is showing that. See, like Trump, everybody is talking about, all the stuff that's going on, but Kim is still working through the system while it's going on and helping people. You see, God uses people in mysterious ways. So she was able to walk into the White House and help that black lady get out of the prison system through Trump, when all this madness is going on. You see what I'm saying? So the way God works is very mysterious. It's very mysterious. It is so mysterious. That's why people are in shock that Kanye West is reaching the people like he's doing, because nobody would have suspected it. And it took that. He didn't break all the way down. What he was doing was God had him in the position that he wanted him to be in, so that he could fill him up with all the things that he's doing now to help the world. That is really powerful. That speaks a lot of volume for Kanye West and his family. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You brought joy into Houston, because Houston is a big city that needs celebrities to come in, needs celebrities to help people, needs celebrity to shine a light. This is a big city, and it's a lot to offer in Houston, Texas, and that's what's missing. And that was why Tyler Perry took his studios to Atlanta, to the country, so that, because it's more room. It's more room here for everything in Houston. So bring some of the wealth here, help some of the people you pray for. They can later become ministers, movie stars, actors. They can do all of that too, because this is a big world. And thank you for sharing your success and celebrityism and bringing it to Houston, you and your wife. And also going to the Galleria, just hanging out with regular people. They took their kids there. They're showing their children that you're only human also. You're only human. It doesn't matter about money, because look at all the money he had when he had his nervous breakdown. That couldn't stop him from having a nervous breakdown. That money couldn't do it. What it was doing, God did it to work with him so that he could help people like he's doing. And I want to say thank you, Kanye West, because you actually took heed to what he was saying, and you didn't let the devil take your soul. You didn't let the devil take your mind, because either you could have flipped, tipped, and dipped, but instead you got your wings and you flew, and you're still flying, and you're flying high. So people can say you're crazy. People can say whatever they want to say. Sometimes you have to be crazy in order to reach a lot of people, because you're reaching a lot of crazy people. So whatever it takes to get there, God uses men in all kinds of ways. All kinds of ways. And you hear all kinds of stories. You hear stories where people have lost all of their limbs, their arms, their legs, their eyes, their this, their that. And some of them are still nothing but the devil. Have hell in them, because nothing could change them. So thank you, Kanye West, for waking up and learning about Jesus Christ and sharing him with the inmates. That was touching. And when I saw you shaking their hands, you was walking down, just shaking their hands one by one, and then you do this to them. That was so touching to me. Because many celebrities will step back and stand back and act like they're more than the next man until they may need that man. If they break down on the side of the road and was nobody but a bum under the bridge, they will wish they had him for support. So you see what I'm saying? People are people. And no money in the world can save your life. And it really can't buy you happiness. Only way you can be happy is through Jesus Christ. And when I saw the clip of Kanye at Joel Osteen church, and Joel Osteen let him take the stage, and he was asking him all kind of questions of how did it happen. And Kanye said it happened when he had a nervous breakdown. Thank you for being honest. Because there are many people that are having nervous breakdowns now, and people that have had them, and they still don't know which way to go. So you're giving them courage, and you're letting them know that just like God worked with you, he can work with them. And your loving wife, Kim, was right there by your side. She didn't leave you, even though it was talk going around that they was going to break up this, that, and the other. But actually, that's drawn a family that prays together, stays together, because even though she had all those kids, she loves her husband. She loves her husband because it's something about him that she loves, she's addicted to, because that's her husband. She could have easily, right after he got well and everything, she could have walked away, like many do. But she's stuck in there. And you know why? Because God came in. God came in and he's given her and her family joy with the money that they have achieved and the monies that they're making in their life. So if they're making money, there are people, I've heard people say, well, oh, the church is making money, Joel Osteen making money. Because remember when the hurricane and how Joel Osteen wouldn't even open the church up for people that was homeless, all that money he's made off of people. And later he opened up that church. Well, all they're going to do is just get money off of all these people. Well, even if they did, I mean, I heard it that it was free. So even if they got it off of the donations, and him and Pastor Osteen share the money, split the money, or whatever, pay themselves, or whatever they have to do it. And you know why? Bills go on and on and on. Lights go on and on and on. Like I said, Kanye had to pay all these people to come up there. All the choir members have to be paid. People have to eat. All the people have to be fed. All the work that he's doing, traveling, tickets for him, his wife, his family. He has to be paid for this work. Nothing is for free. And if he can share the word from his heart, that's free. That's free. Because a lot of people, ministers and all, a lot of them, they get all the money in the world from people and they don't even do things to help people. You know, a lot of the celebrities, even in Hollywood, all these homeless people, a lot of them have never donated a dime. I'm not saying all of them haven't, but a lot of them have not donated any money to help these people, period, or to do anything. They make all the money and it's just sitting in the bank. A lot of them don't even have kids or anybody to leave it to, and the state gets it because they're not sharing it around and helping people. And to give a person God, the Spirit of God, and to share the love of God and what he has done, which is what Kanye was doing, that's more than money. Can't no money pay him for that. No money, because I saw the jailers drop to their knees. He touched someone in there. He touched someone at that church. I mean, when he was speaking on the stand, he had to, when he had the stage, he had to tell somebody to shut up so that he could get his word across, because those people were so happy to see him. They was happy to see him. And a lot of times he seemed like he couldn't quite get his point across to them, even though he knew what he was saying. And he told them, he said, well, you could think about it later, or look it up later, or read about it later. Because I think he's above his time, because sometimes a person can be a little deep when they go through something such as a nervous breakdown. Like he said, he was at his very bottom. And when you're at your very bottom, that's when God comes in and brings you up to your very top. So therefore, sometimes people can't relate to actually the magnetic words that you're trying to give them, because they haven't experienced what you have, and they haven't gotten there yet to that level. Because spirituality, you have to grow to that level. You can't just jump up and think you know everything about God. You got to read about it, study about it. You got to go through something where he can make you know about it. You know, it's not an instant thing. It's really not. You have to get in touch with God. You have to read about God. You have to let God know you love him. Let him know you want to learn. You got to earn it just like you do everything else. And he earned it when he had that nervous breakdown. And so therefore, some of the words that he was saying was a little deep. And that's why he said, you'll get it, you know, you'll get it. So it comes across as being a little, you know, to some people. But I get it. I get it because of how deep he is. He's pretty much kind of like a little genius. Because I noticed when Joel Osteen was playing his music, he was just really into it, and his head was rocking just right with every little beat. You know, it wasn't like somebody just rocked. You know, no, he was on every little crook and cranny. You know, he has the he has it's a magnetic force in him that God has put in this young man, and he is really changing the life of a lot of people. So whether he's doing it for money, which he should be making all the money he deserves for doing this hard work, because it's not easy traveling and packing and taking your family around the world to help the world. That's not easy, and it's not free. You got to pay for all this stuff. So people thinking people are going to be jumping around preaching and teaching and stuff for free. When a minister just goes to church and, be in a church setting. And like he said, he just started out just doing it and people just started coming. He didn't even have no church. You see? But that's a lot of work when you're out in the world trying to accommodate a whole lot of people mentally. That's not easy. Of course he should be paid. He should be paid just like he would at a concert. He's a celebrity. He deserves that. He works hard for his money. I'm just going to put it to you like that. Nothing is easy. Do you think he should just be going around doing this stuff and not getting paid? And even if Joel Osteen get paid, he got to pay for the lights and stuff at his church. His bills go on. He have a church note and bills and everything. Bills go on, everybody. And the ministers will tell you that even in the local churches. These lights got to be paid. The light bill, water bill, this bill, that bill, the maintenance bill, So everything is about that dollar. You got to make money. But one thing that can't nobody pay him for is giving the word of God from his heart, because it's his heart. And he's giving it free from what God has given him. That's free. He's not charging anybody for that. That is free. But now they're traveling around and all this stuff and paying all these people to come to sing and this and that to feed them. You see how many people that man had in that choir? It's a lot of people to pay. And they're not coming for free. And then the people that's bringing them got to be paid. So I just want to say thank you, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, for coming to the Big H and actually sharing your godly experience with Houston, Texas, and sharing it with our inmates to give them strength and courage while enduring their time that they're incarcerated. Many of them are in the Harris County Jail awaiting trial before they get sent off to the prison system. Many are in there for small crimes, some are in there for large crimes. But even the large crime people, everybody that they allowed to see him was touched, and I do believe that. So I would never be negative towards someone that's trying to help the world. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be negative about someone because see, the thing of it is, if someone is playing with God, then that's on them, not on me. So if I see them doing the word of the Lord and